Rise and shine, family. Check dude out.
Three things I learned messing with women who have boyfriends or husbands. Number one, you can be on the phone with your lady and I'll be laying right next to her. I'm not lying, I can hear y'all whole conversation. Like straight up, she just be lying to you. Straight up lying. I'm laying right there, I'm like, damn, this is some foul shit. Number two, if she make any excuse to not talk to you at night, like she going to sleep early or whatever, trust me, some other guy's coming over. Bro, if a woman really love you, she'll stay up all night for your phone call waiting, I promise you. Number three, if your wife got WhatsApp, check that shit. Because I guarantee you her side nigga is in that app. WhatsApp is the number one source for unfaithful wives. I promise you.
All right, family. So look, a lot of you guys look at red pill content and you say, he's a hurt man and it's just somebody who's broken his heart or somebody's done him wrong and that's why he's doing that. I want to say that actually he makes up for a large percentage of that community. And the reason is they have the data to prove it. These men are telling the absolute truth. You understand? What happens is because it's easier for them to pick up women, they can, and the women who deal with them are easier to expose their ways because they're the ones they're cheating with. Instead of cheating, no, they're not lying to them, they're lying with them. They get to see a different side of that woman that you get to that you saw. So a lot of these men who look at women and say that, women don't have the capabilities of doing some of those things or don't believe that they do, see them as angels. Obviously, this person who has been with women like that, in that way, sees her totally different than you. Right? Now watch this. Often what these men will do is they'll say, I refuse to settle down because I know how women are. Women are not faithful. They're gonna cheat. They're gonna cheat, and because that's what they see. You understand? So they're absolutely right in what they're saying. They have seen women straight up lie to they dude. They've seen women straight up, tell them I'm going to sleep, and and then download different apps to talk to men because they've been that man they've been doing that with. So what it does is it distorts their view of women, thinking that all women are that way. So now they all kind of guide themselves with this, with their guard up, because it's kind of like, yo, I'm not gonna be that guy, because they know how embarrassing it is to that guy that they can sit here and hear that whole conversation. They inherently know it's wrong. And for a lot of you guys that get mad at that guy, you gotta understand he owes you nothing. It's your lady who owes you loyalty. You understand? But you have to understand why that guy is like, I will never settle down, because so far as he can see, women have ruined his view of women. Now, it's through his own lack of discipline, his own shit he got going on, but the facts is the facts. All right, now I'm gonna show you another one.
Your wife settled for you. The guy she really wanted got away. Y'all not ready for this conversation. Y'all not ready. You were not your wife's first choice. She settled for you because you were her best chance for security, for long-term relationship, to start a family with. You were the husband type. The guy she really wanted, the asshole, the alpha male, he dumped her. He moved on with his life. He chose freedom over being locked down. He chose to pursue money, pursue greatness, pursue his happiness over her happiness. He just left her. He ghosted her. You see, she still thinks about him. In the back of her mind, she still thinks about that one dude. I would even bet while y'all having sex, she thinking about him. While you doing it, she thinking about him. She misses the way he used to blow her back out. Facts.
All right, so I don't know if you guys can see that trauma, but now he's telling men that the woman that you married, you're not her first choice. When actually those men you're talking to, she's not likely theirs either. So they've liked the woman before, really, really wanted to be with her, invested in her, thought she was beautiful, and that woman just didn't act right, couldn't get her to act right, couldn't get her on his program, or just didn't like him back. The bottom line is he's found somebody now who he can work with, have a family with. Now, what happens is you have a woman who obviously she isn't a virgin, she's been with other men, and now because men will think this way, it's hard for them to actually dial in and give 100% to their woman. Why? They're always in the back of their mind, second guessing, wondering about things like what she's thinking about, not how she's behaving, not the attitude that displays itself, because those are the things, those are the indicators and red flags that you can move around, that you can make decisions based off of. But basically, it'll turn you into a feminine type man, wondering what's on your woman's mind. Like during the act of sex, you'll be stopping her to ask her what she's thinking about, who she thinking about. It's gonna hurt your performance as a man because in your mind, it's like, well, she probably liked some other guy more than me and he just didn't act right. He said that the guy probably kept to his greatness and went on to pursue greater things. Well, family, in the dating process, you could definitely ask the woman what type of guy she's dated and whatnot. And if most of those dudes are pieces of shit, which they mostly are, they are. A lot of times when women choose, they don't be quality guys. We know there's rarely quality guys and quality girls out here, period, anyway. So half of who's in your background was people who was unworthy of a relationship, and based on who you were at the time, you vetted using the wrong criteria. You understand? So now when the woman is like, yo, I'm gonna stop being so superficial and let me date somebody with potential. Let me date somebody with discipline and class. All of a sudden it's like, yo, well, I ain't your first choice. You had a chance to date that guy long ago, but you didn't do it. Well, now she can't like grow. So now she can't like grow and learn from her mistakes or her lack of experience or knowledge. You understand? Listen, man, when we're young, men often gonna chase tail. Right? We're going to chase who looks good to us, who looks sexually appealing to us over the qualities that will create an awesome mother, that will create an awesome family, a wife, a person who supports you and submissive to you. So we're vetting with the wrong criteria because we weren't taught to. Well, she's going to do the same thing, family. She ain't taught how to find no good man. So she's going to figure it out through her peers just like everybody else. So once she has made a few mistakes, once she has picked a few of the wrong guys, now it's like, well, she can't actually change over to vetting differently and choosing differently because we're going to use her past against her. It's not really using her past against her, but we're going to sit here and assume in her mind that she's not over this guy or guys and that she's thinking about him all the time. When I'm telling you, man, that only makes you weak. I would encourage you to stay on your mission, stay on your plan, and never worry about what is going through that mind of hers, that spirit world, that's feminine. You understand? Please understand that. If she's not displaying any actions that causes you to doubt, if she's going to be loyal to you or faithful to you or be a good woman for you, then those things you speak on. But please do not be living in your head with what you're thinking about and why wouldn't I your first pick and living all up in her past in that way, because it only hurts your performance as a man, and that's not healthy. You understand? Most of the people that you're going to choose to be with, come on, mama. She's trying to control where we going. She just ain't ready to go back yet, and she's going to go back when she's ready to go back. But we still walking? You don't want to go towards the house? You want to go all the way around? Okay. Well, listen, family. My whole point is, it'll make you a weak man. I'm telling you now. You won't be able to perform, and that's a lot of times what's going on with your ladies is they're living in their head, worried about what you thinking about. So a lot of times they be so moody because they got some stuff in their head that you can really just make up as you go along. And the problem with thoughts is your emotions typically follow those thoughts, and then your attitude typically follows your emotions. You see what I'm saying? So if you are a man who it's nothing physical in your way stopping you from performing or being masculine for your lady, but instead it's thoughts, you got all this stuff on your mind that's keeping you from performing, you, sir, are acting very, very feminine. Okay? And that's not something that's good. You want stability, family. You want someone who's consistent and stuff like that. And if you can't do that because of your emotions, that's going to bleed into who you are as a man. And don't you understand that hurts you in life? How many of us men say you want to be something great, but then the next day we wake up feeling lazy? So our emotions talk us out of our success, right? We can't be like that, kings. Always manifest, always be masculine, always produce. Don't live in that. All right, family, so to sum this video up, I can see he's absolutely right in what he said on the first video, but the second video, I think he's projecting a bit, okay? I don't believe he's in a relationship, but if he is, he needs to get through that or find himself a woman who's never been with anybody, because you'll haunt yourself, man. What he's saying can be true. There are sometimes where you can date a woman and she can't let go of that last guy, and she'll be holding him up over your head and reminding you of who you not based on him and giving you punitive treatment and projecting all of her resentment onto you for not being that guy. But if she's not doing those things, family, don't be in your head like, is she thinking about that guy? Is she thinking about sleeping with another guy? Is she thinking about that last guy? Man, if she's devoted to you, you can tell that she's investing in you, with you. You can tell she cares about your future. And that's one of the main things you want to know, is that she cares about the future. One of the weakest things for a relationship that a woman can do is only live in the present, only talk about her personal needs right now. And if that's the case, you have to ask yourself, is she with me for the long term, or is she with me for instant gratification or an immediate means to an end? A lot of times people look for relationships, they're looking for someone to accommodate their current needs. They're not even thinking about the future. This is often why we don't vet properly. You understand? So whenever you get to know somebody, vet them properly, ask your questions, because once you forge this relationship, it's kind of too late to be trying to live in your head and trying to ask them what they're thinking and your emotions and attitude following all of that disharmony and poison that's going on inside of your mind. And you're now entertaining it and projecting it out for your partner. And he's like making a video just trying to tell men, like, your wife, you ain't her first choice. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you that. Listen, man, a lot of times, man, it can come back to haunt you when you are able to run women in that way. You understand? Every man I know that finds it real easy to get women, they struggle with this doubt for women, for their character, because they walked up to women who were in a relationship, who were married, and it didn't matter. Those women were still down to do whatever and lie right to their man. Say they somewhere else, lie right on the phone with him, everything. And you hear all the excuses, and you can see how she can literally put on a whole act and lie. You can see this, right? And so it makes you say, I don't trust women. I think that's kind of the karma. Where you're not hurt, but you still move the same way as a hurt man because you're trying to avoid being hurt. It's wild. Peace, family.